guys, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. So today is a beautiful day to smoke a brisket. I got this big old hunk of beef right here. I'm gonna throw it on the mill scale. 94-gallon smoker. We're gonna smoke it up. I'm gonna spend all day doing it, so I'm not gonna waste any time, so check it out. All right, so there's literally hundreds of different videos out there on how to trim briskets. So, I mean, you can go check those out, but I'm just gonna give you a basic rundown of how I'm gonna trim this thing up. You got the hard decal fat right here. I'm just gonna shave that out. You can cut it all the way out if you wanna do that, but I'm just gonna shave it down. I'm gonna cut any oxidized meat off the sides. I'm gonna kind of shape this to the aerodynamic look that everybody likes. And then I'm gonna shave off some of this extra fat and silver skin. And then basically, on this side, I'm gonna cut down the mohawk to make it aerodynamic and smooth. And then basically you want about a 1/4 inch of fat over the top of this whole fat cap. So pretty simple and straightforward. Not gonna try to overcomplicate it. And then also with the flat, you want a thick flat. And this part right here is pretty thin, so I'm gonna kind of shape that also. So that's it. And I'm gonna shave up. Also, I'm gonna save any extra trimmings. Usually with pork, I throw everything out, but with the beef, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna try to dig out this band of fat right here without massacring this thing too much. All right guys, this is what we're looking like after we trimmed it. I got a pretty thick flat on here, which I'm pretty happy with. This is a prime brisket, by the way. I'm pretty happy with how I trimmed this, considering the fact that I don't do that many briskets. This upcoming year, I'm gonna try to do more briskets on the channel. So I'm just gonna season this up, get this on the mill scale, and then it's gonna be a long cook. So here we go. All right, so for this rub, I got, so the bottom you see right there, that's already mixed with salt and pepper. Then I put some more black pepper on top. So you're looking at probably like, it's close to a 50-50 ratio, but I'm also gonna throw in some garlic powder. And also to add a little bit of spice, I got some habanero powder. Not gonna go with a binder because it's already pretty tacky. It's a little bit sticky on there. It's looking good. Just for the hell of it, a little more black pepper on top. All right guys, we're just at about 250 degrees. Got the brisket right here. Going towards the back of the cooker. So I'm gonna let this sit here for like 3 hours, not even look at it. It's just gonna rest in this cooker and get some smoke. Then I'm gonna come back here in like 3 hours and look at it and be like, hey, there goes a brisket. I might spray it down a little bit. Just maintain the temperatures. Got a water pan up in there with some water. And I'll see you guys when I check back. Alright, so we're 3 hours in. We're about 275. So I barely just came and checked this, and it's maybe running a little hot on the left side, so I moved it over. Just gonna spritz. And I'll just show you guys when I wrap this. Alright guys, this is what we're looking like after just about 9 hours on the smoke. The fat is feeling nice and squishy on the top. It was temping at about 180. And all I'm gonna do now is wrap this up in some butcher paper. The only bad thing that happened is when I first put it on the cooker, it was a little too hot. It was running at 275 from the very start. I should have went from like 250 to begin with and cranked it up after 3 hours to about 275. So the thin part of the flat kind of curled up a little bit, and it's a little crusty right there. And it's gonna be pretty, you know, not too pretty when I slice it, but I'm more concerned with the fatty end and more towards the middle anyway. So I'm just gonna spray this down just to make it a little pliable. I got some Wagyu beef tallow because all the cool kids are using it, so I want to join in too. Actually, it's been a while since everybody's been using this. It's probably been like a year and a half or whatever. I used regular beef tallow one time and it worked pretty good, so this should do the trick. I'm just gonna get a handful like that. Got this rendered beef fat. I'm gonna put it over the top. I know it's not pretty, but it's gonna work really good. All right, so there's a couple different options that you have at this point. You can sit there and maintain the fire. You can throw this back on. You can continue to waste wood that's pretty expensive for really no reason, because this is already wrapped up and it's not gonna take on any more smoke at all. Or else you could throw it on a pellet cooker. It's gonna be set it and forget it. It's gonna be done when it gets done. It's gonna be nice and tender. You're not gonna have to worry about maintaining any fires or anything like that. So maybe it's not gonna look as cool, but it's gonna get the job done, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then after that, what I'm gonna do is let it sit out and come down, you know, about 30 degrees or whatever, just to stop the momentum of the cook. And then I'm gonna throw it in the oven at the lowest setting and keep it warm overnight, and I'm gonna wake up and eat some brisket in the morning. So that's what I'm gonna do. What's going on, guys? It's the next day. We're gonna make some tacos. This brisket's been rested in the oven overnight. It's almost been like 24 hours since I started to cook to the finish. It's been like 22 hours or something like that. So here we go. For these tacos, I'm making a salsa. Just getting some stuff in a pan. All right. Tomato, serrano, onion, 1 tomatillo split in half, a little bit of garlic. I'm gonna char this up, I'm gonna blend it up, and I'm gonna throw a little bit of avocado in there and some cilantro and salt and pepper. I also got some beans. Here we go, guys. Moment of truth. Hope I didn't screw this thing up too bad. So as you can see, there's a little bit of shredding on there. It's a tiny bit overdone, but for me, this is a win because I don't cook a lot of briskets and it came out really good for me. Every brisket cook is a learning experience. I feel like it's only gonna get better as time goes on. A little bit of crustiness on the bottom. It's a little tough, but it's fine with me. All right, so save the lean for your grandma. I'm going for the fatty. there it is, guys. Brisket tacos cooked on the mill scale. I already know this is gonna be amazing because I already tasted the brisket, so I mean, it's tacos. Can't go wrong with tacos. Man, the smokiness, I mean, it's not over smoked. You get a good amount of smokiness on there, a little bit of spice from the salsa. Everything goes together really well. And also now I know at least, you know, going into the cook, I was at too high of a temperature, so it kind of dried it out a little bit. I was at 275 from the start. I should have went from like, you know, 240, 250 for like a few hours, then cranked it up after that. But all in all, I'm super stoked on this cook. Came out really well. Go make a brisket, make some tacos, because tacos are life. But I'll see you on the next video, guys. Peace out. Thank you.